What's up everyone, welcome back to my YouTube video. My name is Zeigh. If you're new here, please go down below, hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so YouTube notifies you every time I post a video. But if you're a regular and you're so used to this face, I want to say thank you so much for coming back and watching this week's video. For today's video I'll be talking about insecurities and insecurities I've been struggling with, and hopefully it's something that you guys will be able to relate to, because at the end of the day we're so insecure about ourselves, about things that we go through, how we look, most importantly, to a point where we do not have these kind of conversations and realize where the root of these insecurities come from. So if you're interested, please stay tuned as we jump straight into the video.
Something for your
Well, for starters, one of the biggest things I struggled with when it comes to insecurities, I guess that would be body dysmorphia. I suffer from a lot. I still suffer from a lot of body dysmorphia, but it's not as intense as it was before. For those of you who have known me for a very long time, I've been a big kid for most of my life. I've been, well, for a lack of better word, I've been fat, okay? And this is the word I'm going to use a lot in this video. So if it's sensitive to you or it triggers something in you, I'm so sorry, but I'm using this word specifically for me in this video. So growing up, I was a huge kid. Looking at the pictures, I was a very big kid from a young age. And as I grew older, reaching towards my adolescence, I was not as big as I was at the beginning, right? I lost weight, I had dreadlocks, I was very good looking. Came now when I'm hitting the stage of adolescence, going into teenagehood, I picked up all that weight back again. It was like, you know what, we've been waiting for you to come. So I picked up weight so quickly. I think it was over a year because I cut off my hair. I don't remember when I cut off my hair, but I picked up a lot of weight within 1 year. And then from there on, it was downhill. And it's depressing in a sense, because as a young kid, no one really monitors what you eat or monitors your activities, your physique, or you just don't care as a kid. You're just doing what you want and don't care, even though there will be kids calling you fatty boom boom. There will be kids who are trying to make you insecure about how big you are, the fact that you can't participate in certain sports and run, or certain games that require some certain level of fitness. I never really could fit into those calibers. Like when my friends would play soccer, I wouldn't participate because I'll run out of breath very quickly. So when I grew older and reaching my adolescence, reaching my teenage years, where my hormones are now starting to act up and I'm reaching puberty and I'm starting to find other boys attractive, I could not find myself attractive. This is because as I was starting to learn more about myself, I was now trying to fight the fact that I was gay, and I was already insecure by the fact that I was fat. So now imagine I'm a fat black gay boy. You get what I'm saying? All these three things are basically all these three things are things that are really affecting me, like when it comes to my mental health and insecurities. Because one, the black part, I guess I would say, I went to a multiracial school, and as much as the school was multiracial, and as much as the capacity of the school was more black than any other race, my friendship circle, I was around people who were non-blacks, and even the few black people that were in my friendship were non-Xhosa speaking black people, which would mean African brother, which are my friends from other countries here, neighboring countries here in Africa. It gets to you, so now you're in this circle of people with different cultural backgrounds, and obviously it gets to a point where you're trying to fit in, and in trying to fit in, you forget who you are, you forget the sense of who you are. Well, I forgot who I was, or the sense of who I was, my blackness, okay? Now, me being fat and gay were two things that were very, I guess, were opposing each other. I remember I was watching Will and Grace. This was back when I was trying to find representations of the LGBTQI people in television. So I watched Will and Grace, and there's this guy, I forgot his name, but he's well trained, the gay one, That flamboyant one, yes, him. I remember this one scene, he's talking with this guy, they're on a date, and he says,
no fatties, you know.
And this is something that's been echoed a lot in the gay community of people not finding fat people attractive, or you get what I'm saying. I'm so sorry for using the word fat so much. I guess not that I'm lacking a better word, I just want to be as blunt as possible because this is how I experienced it. So yeah, like, and social media came along when I started doing social media, and I would see all these gay bodies, all these gay superstars and all these other people, and they were fit or slim or models, or they all had these bodies that I did not relate to. You know, I could not. Okay, there were those who were big boned or were fat, whatever, but then those that were prominent, those that are liked, those that are followed, or those that were, you get what I mean, were those who looked a certain way. They were slim, they were sexy, they had six packs, slim bodies, big booties, you know what I'm talking about? So no, I did not fit those categories. I did not see myself fitting in there. And I was also trying to fight the fact that I can't come out as gay and still be unattractive, because what's the use of me being gay if no one's going to be attracted to me? It's like that thing of this meme that I saw of bisexual people is like, you bisexual, but no one wants you, I guess you buy yourself. That was me. And in that time, one thing I also noticed is that it affected my relationship, not only with myself, but my relationship with other people, whether it my friends or the people I would get into entanglements with. Because with my friends, I always felt like the designated ugly fat friend, a duff, you know. I always feel like I was always that friend. If, say for example, I'm around my girlfriends, if a certain guy wants one of my friends, he would approach me with some, hey, how are you, blah, 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 and tell me about their friend reviews. And I would feel insecure because now I saw someone of potential, but then, well, now they didn't see me, they were looking at someone else, regardless of the fact that they were heterosexual or whatever. It also, in my head, it was like, I am not attractive enough for someone to look in my direction, someone to be interested enough to even call one of my friends and be like, they want to talk to me. You get what I'm saying? And now, it's always fucking hard for gay people, and I don't even know why. I guess it's society that's made it that way, but we grow, man. We grow and try to grow out of these things. And me talking about is me trying to grow out of these things, because even today, as much as it is better for me to, I made a better place for me to stand in front of a mirror and love myself and love my body, I'm still reminded of who I was or how far I've came with regards to doing that. Because I remember, was it 2016? 2016 I was doing grade 11, and I was in life science class, biology for some of y'all, and we didn't really have class because my teacher at that time wanted to teach us a very important lesson about beauty, right? And how beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you do not see yourself as beautiful, literally no one's going to see you as beautiful, because you do not treat yourself like a beautiful person, you know. And I remember that day I went home and posted my first Facebook selfie. It was my first selfie like completely. And I remember it was during that time, Retrika, Candy Cam, it was during those time. That day I posted my first selfie, and I guess from that day on I gradually grew my confidence, because child, it does not happen overnight. You don't just wake up the next day and decide, fuck the world, fuck what anyone has to say. It's something that you have to unlearn, and it's a process of unlearning those things. But then when it came to relationships or me being in entanglements with other people, as much as I knew that these people were interested in me to a certain level, I also felt like some sort of experiment or an experience for them, because at that time it felt like everyone was just trying to figure themselves out where they stand within the spectrum of the LGBTQI community. And you know, as a young person, you're also trying to explore your body, trying to explore avenues, trying to explore if you really are what you think you are, until you're really sure, right? I think I was sure around, I knew myself from a very young age, right? But then people around me, or the people I affiliated myself with, were people who were not so sure. And I guess the term I'd give them, well, it's given to them now on social media, would be DL, you know. And these DL niggas would be with me for the 6, right? And as good as I was and still am at that, I always felt like I was not enough for them to stay around, because who would want to be seen with someone as big as me? Like, who would want to be seen with someone with this heavy ass cheeks? Who would want to be seen with someone with these small ass eyes, big ass butt, big ass tummy, big ass love? Like, guys, I hated my body, and I'm so sorry for using the word hate, but I hated the way I look. And the way I looked, I hated it so much. Because I remember during sex, right? It wouldn't matter with whom. And during sex, if someone would touch me somewhere that I'm very insecure about, let's say my love handles, or touch my man boobs, I would lose focus. Like, I would lose the enjoyment of the intercourse. I would just be anxious about the end. Not anxious about the end, but just can't wait for it to end. Like, I would be at the point where my body is doing it, but my mind is not there, which means I'm not really enjoying this experience anymore, because I'm triggered and I'm asking myself questions such as, oh my god, does this person really like me? I wonder how I look from this person's angle. I wonder if they're feeling disgusted or whatever for doing this with someone this big. Guys, even in porn, you know, like, as much as porn is more diverse now and all this stuff, but the things that we were always seeing, you'd see in magazines and the CD covers and on social media as well, it would be people of certain body types, you know, and these were the preferred bodies, you know. And I would always feel so insecure and so anxious, and I would beat myself up because I wouldn't allow myself to enjoy basic things such as sex because of my body, because of the things that I had not only told myself, but things that I've heard about me, you know. I remember an instance once, I'm so sorry bestie for throwing you under the bus right now, where my best friend, I don't know what year it was, I remember that year I gained so much weight. I think it was around 2018, if not 2017. I gained so much weight because I was at home most of the time. Like, I was just sit at home most of the time, eat, sit at home, watch TV, and do basically nothing. So I remember bumping into my best friend this one time, and he was like, yo dude, we can go. And I laughed it off, but inside I was like, yo, am I that big? As much as I would see it in the mirror, like, every time when someone would make a comment about it, it would hurt me more than the things that I would say to myself. And it's not like it's something that I've not said to myself before, but it was 2017, yes, I remember. It was not something that I had not told myself before, but at the same time, it's like it's not something expected to come from someone else, and let alone my best friend. But at the end of the day, it was just banter. But to me, it wasn't, if you get what I'm saying. And also another incident, I remember, it was during my prom, right? And I was the head boy of my school, so obviously everyone's waiting anticipation to see what I was wearing and how I was gonna look and all this stuff, child. And I pulled through with my date. As basically I was a huge. If I would put on the outfit that I was wearing in 2017 today, child, it's huge, right? And this one guy, Abdul Mali, yes, that's his name. I'm naming and shaming on this channel, child. I ain't scared of no motherfucker. This guy, Abdul Malik, was like,
oh my god, dude, you need to lose some weight.
And this was like moments before I made my head boy speech. And now I'm standing there making this speech, feeling so insecure because I'm thinking, as I'm speaking, my mind is racing to other places of, oh my god, how are these people seeing me? Are they looking at me as this like fat ass kid who's standing there and everyone's just looking at? Like, guys, when people had their eyes on me, I would hate that because it felt like they were in their minds or with their eyes, they were criticizing the way I looked. which is obviously something that's done to anybody and everybody, but like you wouldn't, and no one really expects this to come to them until it happens to them, if you get what I'm saying. And then, so I remember when I started losing weight, which was 2019 when I got to varsity. That's when I started losing weight, and I think I saw the difference in my body within the first 2 months. Like I saw the difference, and I guess I would say it is the change in environment and the fact that I was now fending for myself, and whatever money I had to make sure that I was feeding myself. And then one thing about me, if I'm only gonna feed one stomach, which is my own, I might as well not feed it. If I have to cook, I at least have to cook for 2 or more people, right? So that I know that I have to cook because someone else has to eat, not because I have to cook, not have to cook because I have to eat. No, child. If I have to eat, I might as well not eat, right? So that's when I started losing weight, and that is how I started losing weight. And I guess smoking marijuana as well also was a factor as well. When I started losing weight, it's not like I was happy or loved my body immediately. I felt more insecure, I guess, because now I was starting to look different, and as much as I was going towards the body that I wanted, the body that people would like or whatever, I felt insecure because now as I'm transitioning to this new body, I guess I would say, I was uncomfortable because this is not something I'm used to. I've been big all my life, so that's what I'm used to, that's my norm. So now me transitioning or changing into something else or losing that weight, which is something that I'm happy about, and everyone should be happy about when they hit that point in life, if that's what you want, which is what I wanted. But when that was happening, I didn't like it. I have to say, I didn't like it because that weight loss, I had already started to love my body. Not to love my body, but I already started to like my body. I was already taking pictures of my body, trying to get accustomed to the fact that this is how I looked and I should love my body for how it looks, what it is. And I guess what I needed to learn was the fact that I am not my body, but my body is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my body, but I am not it. As much as I'm a separate entity from my body, without my body, there is no me. So it is part of who I am, and a big part of who I am. And as a big part of who I am, it's the part that you guys see first, before you even know who I am. My body is the first thing you see. It's my vehicle. It's like a car. If you see someone driving a Ferrari or a Volkswagen or whatever, that's what you see them driving. Before they even step out of their car for you to meet them, the car they are driving is the first impression of them that you have. So that's what I needed to learn. I needed to learn that I am what I ate, you know. And something that has been echoed for years and years and years everywhere, from nutritionists, dietitians, fitness bunnies, whatever. Something has always been echoed that you are what you eat, and 80% of body weight is what you eat, and 20% is the gym, right? And this is things that I had to learn, and I guess I learned them recently as of last year or the year before that. Anyway, so when I started to love my body, when I started to accept the way things were, like, because at the end of the day, you can't change it. What's the saying say? Change the things that you cannot accept and accept the things that you cannot change. You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to accept that something that I thought I could not change, not knowing that by accepting the fact that, okay, this is my body and this is how I look, and I have to love it, because at the end of the day, if I'm not going to love how I look or love myself, who is going to give me that love? No one, because me looking for that love from other people, outsourcing it, I might not find a supplier for it. When in actual fact, I had all that love like locked up inside of me in abundance. And when I started loving myself and accepting my body and taking those small baby steps towards, as much as those exercises worked, I wasn't really consistent with them, so I wouldn't give them credit. But when I started changing the way I ate, I know the first thing I did, I remember, was cutting out sugar, because I learned that sugar was one of the biggest contributing factors to fat. When I did that, I I'm not lying when I say I saw the difference within a month, right? And I'm not saying it was a major difference or whatever, but I just saw the difference in the way that there were a pair of pants of mine. I have them in the cupboard, but it's in walk. I have them in the cupboard. They didn't fit me properly because when it came to my thighs and ass, they just wouldn't go any further up. By the end, not end of August, I guess, like mid-September, I could pull those pants up. And that's when I was like, okay, now that I saw that this thing worked, what else could I try to get to where I look? And guys, if I would show you my ID and my student card and my face right now, it looks like 3 different people. And all along, what I needed to learn was to love myself, which is something that I did not know that I had to do in order for me to get the things that I want, or for me to achieve the body that I want, you know. When I started loving myself and accepting my body and wanting to make those changes, because me realizing that this is not me, but this is mine, and I can do whatever I want to do with it, I realized that I want to look the way I want to look, because I want to wake up in the morning and be able to look at myself in the mirror and be happy with how I look, and be able to say, oh my God, you look so sexy, oh my God, you look so hot, without feeling like I am trying to convince myself. When I look in the mirror, when I say you look sexy, look hot, this is actually what I see, and not something that I'm trying to reprogram my mind to think. Do you get what I'm saying? And obviously it all starts like that. When you start seeing one small negative thing about yourself or your body, you're going to start seeing more negative things to say or see about your body. When you start speaking positively about your body and how you look, or start speaking positively about yourself or your life in general, things start to take a different turn. And once I learned how to love myself, and obviously loving yourself is not something that you learn and boom, you are done with it. It's a continuous thing. It's something that you wake up and learn every day. It's something that you keep relearning every day. The things to unlearn every day, the things to learn every day about yourself. And that's the one beautiful thing about life, is the whole cycle of the things that you've learned and things that you can unlearn in order for you to change your life or change your circumstances, because you see things from just one perspective. And once you start looking at things not from how people see them, but when you learn to tell yourself that there's more than one way of doing things, or when you learn to believe that there's always another way, like there's always another way. Like, it's like people always say to you, I don't have a choice. Like, you always have a choice. So same goes with perspective. You might see this one flat thing, but there's always another side to it. There's always a back side to a page. There's always a flip side to a coin. Like, there's always a different perspective. And once you learn that, and once you learn how to change your perspective of things, especially about yourself, I guess it's when I learned how to change how I look. And basically, I didn't really go to the gym much, because, you know, I'm not even that bad. I couldn't muscle as a child. But what I did was I ate differently. Like, I told, especially this year, I went in full force, different from last year. This year I went full force. Like, when I came here, I think you guys saw my fridge the day I moved in, or the day I bought groceries. It's in my vlog. If you missed that, child, whoopee. You know, I went full force with regards to what I eat and the amount that I eat, and I have to say it's been good. It's been fulfilling, and only fulfilling. It's been fun, because now, like, guys, look how sexy I look. Like, and one thing about me, I don't want to have all those muscles and six packs and all that stuff. If I do get those things, oh my God, they're good, great. But right now I don't have money to pay for the gym, so I'm good with where I'm at, and I'm good with where I'm going. And I know where I'm going is way more prosperous, and I'm gonna look hotter than this right now, child, because summer's ending, it's almost winter, so by the time it's summer again, child. So when I had to learn that I shouldn't let social media dictate how I should look, this when I started really learning that I was good enough, and if I did not feel good enough at that time, I knew that I had the potential of being good enough. You know, it might not feel like it now, but if you feel like it's something that is coming, or if you don't feel like something now, if you believe that it's something that is still coming to you, it definitely will come to you, because at the end of the day, if you beat yourself up and being negative about something, you only attract negativity in your life. But when you're hopeful and positive, the fact that, okay, I may not be sexy right now, feel sexy right now, but I know that I have a potential of being sexy or looking a particular way that I want to look, if you get what I'm saying. And one thing you need to understand, that with body dysmorphia, it's not only for fat people or big people, it also applies to people with slim bodies, skinny people who are criticized for having skinny bodies, and get some meat on those bones. You get those conversations. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's what I had to learn. And once I learned that, I would scroll through social media, my Instagram, my YouTube video, when I watch other people's YouTube videos, and obviously I would feel a certain way, but I would always catch myself feeling, oh no, I don't have to look like Tariq Ali in order for me to be just as good, or if not more. I don't need to look like Bretman Rock in order for me to be confident and love myself and love how I look. As much as these are people that I look up to when it comes to their body transformations and their social media influencers, but also people I learned from in context of how they got to understood themselves in order for them to make the transformations that they have made, okay? Especially with Tariq. So yeah, man, that's one thing I learned, that self-love is something that comes from within self, and if you're gonna keep looking for love elsewhere, you're never really gonna get it until you look for it from inside of you. And once you understand yourself and understand your body and understand who you are, then things will really change for you, and you can start putting out goals of what you want and where you want to see yourself, that in whatever sense that may be. And I know that I'm speaking from my own perspective, and I know my story is different from your story, but at the end of the day, don't forget the fact that it is all up to you. Like, you have the power in your hands. It is all, I don't mean to sound like I'm looking down on whatever situation, but it's all in your head. And when I say it's all in your head, it's all in the way you see it and the way you think of it. And once you start looking for other avenues on how to think about certain things, especially about yourself or whatever circumstance that you're going through, once you start seeing things from a different perspective or from a positive side of things, then only can you start making the changes that you want to see. But if you focus on the negative, the ones that bring you anxiety and fear, then you're only going to see yourself stuck in one place of depression and never really see any growth from there. But that's just my 2 cents. I'm not here to be right. I'm not here to be a guru or sound like I'm speaking facts or being correct, but this is the truth, and this is my truth. So if you enjoyed today's video, please go down below, hit that like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below in the comment section, and let me know what was your favorite part and what more would you like to see about today's video. You may also leave your questions and I will get back to you either in a video, depending on how you guys request for the question, or I'll just reply to your comment. So it was good seeing you guys again. I'll see you guys some other time. Love you.